Ladies and gentlemen, the Sunday night tradition continues tonight live on Halo Reach. AdrianTheVoice and Minigun Killer 10 at Gameside. And Minigun, it is time to get serious. Why? Because the Parkour Championship is going to be on the line. And are you excited?
Yes, I am, AdrianTheVoice. I'm glad to be here with you tonight, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen, for the time of Indiana Jones.
Yeah, we cannot wait. Of course, Indiana Jones 199 for the first time ever. A championship will be on the line on a Sunday night. Every single week on a Sunday, of course, we will be presenting some random minigame. But tonight, for the first time ever, the Parkour Championship. We cannot wait for this, of course. Who in the world is going to try to complete this matchup? Of course, we cannot wait for this, ladies and gentlemen. We have never, ever crowned a Parkour Championship ever. Can tonight be the first time ever? As you see all the players, of course, getting set for this matchup. Every single person, a late arriving crowd, but a, well, enthusiastic crowd, if you ask me. And I'll tell you, the Parkour Championship on the line. Are you in? That's what every single person has to do right now. That is run. And that's exactly what everybody's going to be doing right now early going to this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to try to, of course, stay back here to try to announce what's going on to the game here. And all you see, the humans right now trying to go over the landmines. And now here is Droopy Venus and, well, his account holder. There's CalRox22, among others, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about the strategy in hand for a quick second. Minigun Killer 10. What do you need to do as a human, that is, to try to win this matchup?
Well, first off, AdrianTheVoice, you gotta try to be very careful on your parkour. As you see right there, I died, and the round is over. But speaking of which, you have to be very careful on your parkour, and you just gotta run for your life.
Yeah, everybody's got to be extremely careful with the parkour, considering the fact that there you just saw the kill ball was able to eliminate so many people at the early going here. Well, here's another round, ladies and gentlemen. We have never crowned a Parkour Championship. Let's not forget that, as there you see so many humans, of course, throwing their grenade to try to take down landmines, of course. And now look at Droopy Venus 6. And Droopy Venus, the original account holder, and CalRox22, next Omnivores 237, and Enigma Kings. And Minigun Killer 10 is actually playing right now. Original Ammo actually going down right now. Original LMNAO going down. And I'll tell you, this is going to be a very rough and tough Parkour Championship. As you see, Sergeant Donut 156 waiting for the kill ball to pass through. That's the smart thing to do right now. As you see, all the other players here are indeed trying to do all they can to win. And Retro Effects now standing right behind the kill ball, perhaps going to try to complete this map in its entirety. Remember, there's a huge shortcut there, Minigun Killer 10, because there is a teleporter at the bottom there, and I believe the kill ball eliminated Retro Effects. And next Omnivore 237 now going down here, and oh my, it looks like the countdown was able to eliminate some other person. Next Omnivore was able to make it through though, which was pretty impressive. Not a lot of people can make that. You know, Minigun, two contrasting styles here in this matchup. You have a couple of people that actually watch this. You have a couple of people that actually do this as well in a methodical pace. And you got the other people that do this in a fast pace. We talked about this before. Which pace do you think is the best pace to indeed win this matchup?
I think it's just the best thing to go a methodical pace, because if you just try to be very careful of what you're doing, but also like a very good, kind of a really good fast pace too while at it. Let's just probably say both, because it's going to be, you got to be very careful. Plus, you have to go fast because the kill ball is going to come after you.
Very good point. A lot of people might want to be doing mixes of both, of course, methodical pace and the very fast paces. Enigma goes down, of course. Look at Minigun Killer 10 actually trying to do all he can to try to surpass this map, perhaps become the Parkour Championship. How awesome would it be to actually become the Parkour Champion and become a commentator? You know, Joey is has been the first ever commentator to actually debut as a champion.
Exactly.
And of course, many other people are actually down. It's up to Minigun Killer 10 and Anderson Fod here. And look at Minigun Killer 10 able to go down right there to there. Minigun Killer 10 having trouble there at that point in time. Let's talk about that structure for a quick second, Minigun. You know, that structure gets a lot of people. Do you think it's a very hard structure to pass through?
Very, very hard, I would say so myself, AdrianTheVoice.
Yeah, it seems difficult. A lot of people cannot pass through that. This is another round here for the Parkour Championship on the line. And of course, we cannot wait for this one, ladies and gentlemen. As you see, this is the third round here. Who's going to try to pick up the oddball at the end? In essence, the oddball basically symbolizes the Parkour Championship, if you ask me. And look at Droopy Venus and Anderson Fod here, and CalRox22, among others, of course, trying to reach it to the end. Can we see somebody do that here tonight as Original Ammo now going through here? And some other person actually throwing their grenade, and Retro Effects going through the kill ball. And Droopy Venus 697, who's actually leading the way right now, goes through that little teleporter right now, lands on his feet, great balance, but he has to quicken up the pace here because of the kill ball. Remember, it's basically a race to see who's going to try to reach to the end without the kill ball eliminating them. Droopy Venus had somebody actually, wait a minute! CalRox22! CalRox22 is actually leading the way right now, Minigun Killer 10. CalRox22, I believe, took that shortcut we were alluding to earlier, but the round is over. The round is over right there. I believe he took the shortcut, Minigun, and you have to understand, I got to ask you for a quick second, is it smart to take the shortcut, or would it be better to actually complete this map in its entirety to perhaps have some pride and dignity for the parkour championship?
Oddball. Play ball.
Well, I think it would just be much more fair if you would just try to complete the whole thing. If it just takes a shortcut, then that's just basically not a really good move right there, I would say so, myself, Adrian.
Well, good point, of course. A lot of people might want to take the shortcut and look at, of course, the kill ball coming down. All of these humans right now is trying to run away from the kill ball from behind, and Droopy Venus now lands on his feet, as is Anderson Fod, and among others here. Next, Omnivore actually having... oh, wait a minute. Able to land on his feet, but a couple of people were able to get eliminated right then to there. Early going to this round, and then the landmines were eliminated. Yeah, we're eliminating a couple of people. Next, Omnivore jumps right into the kill ball. Anderson Fod now getting struck down. Original El Mano is actually now going through that. That object lands on his feet, now continues to pursue to try to reach to the end. Can we crown the first ever parkour championship for the first time ever? We have never crowned a parkour champion ever. Can we see that happen tonight? Original El Mano, of course, now going up the lift. Oh no, he couldn't pass through though. He couldn't pass through. That was round. This is a very intense game, ladies and gentlemen. This is Indiana Jones 199, basically the official parkour match. We played this match a couple of times before in the future, of course. Let's not forget, a couple of weeks ago, we were able to put Indiana Jones 199. However, we weren't able to crown a parkour champion. You have to understand that this is quite the very difficult map, and I would say a very mind-numbing experience for everybody here. You have to understand, though. I have to understand, Minigun Killer 10, all of these great fans, a part of the Gaming Weekly, participating every single week. In fact, we want to take this opportunity to thank everyone viewing this live on Twitch or on YouTube. And obviously, right now, ladies and gentlemen, as CalRox22 lands on the landmines right now, the carcass flies out. Many people are actually perhaps quitting this map, perhaps because they may very well be getting tired of this map. Maybe they may think that Indiana Jones 199 is just too hard.
Exactly.
And Anderson Fod 56 waiting for the kill ball. Wait a minute, he might go through it, and he does. Anderson Fod going down because of the kill ball there, and Minigun Killer 10 is still alive. And Minigun Killer 10 was able to pass through, but the round was over at that point in time. Ladies and gentlemen, we have yet to crown the parkour champion, and this is pretty interesting, ladies and gentlemen. We are live on Halo Reach. The Sunday tradition starts tonight on Indiana Jones 199 for the parkour championship on the line, and we know for a fact every single person is going to try to do all they can to reach to the end of the map, grab the oddball that basically symbolizes the championship of the parkour. Will we see that happen tonight? We have been, of course, viewing a couple of people trying to pass this map here tonight, and there you see RUN here tonight, and I can guarantee to every single person they're going to indeed be running away from the kill ball. That's basically the main threat. Many people are, of course, throwing the grenades for their own advantage, trying to eliminate the landmines. The landmines could also be a huge turning point of this matchup. But let's talk about the momentum also. There could be a huge momentum shift every single time as someone's leading the way. And speaking of leading the way, Droopy Venus was leading the way, but lands right into the landmines. And Dr. Watson 75. And Minigun Killer 10, of course, trying to complete this map right now. Let me ask you this, Minigun Killer. Is this a very complex map?
Oh, no, it's not say so myself, AdrianTheVoice. It is a completely difficult map, and it's going to be kind of hard. I mean, I would say very hard just to try to complete.
And, of course, Black Snow. And I agree with you. It's going to be very difficult. Black Snow able to pass through here. Black Snow able to do that, of course. And Black Snow is actually leading the way, going through the teleporter as we speak, ladies and gentlemen. Can we crown the first ever parkour champion? Black Snow may very well do that here tonight. And there you see a couple of people throwing the grenade, perhaps to try to, well, push off Black Snow, which is a great, well, strategy there. You saw Black Snow, he was actually jumping midair. The grenade may very well pushed him off, but no, it did not, because the person from behind, of course, is very, very close to Black Snow, but we're spectating Black Snow. Why? Because Black Snow is leading the way as we speak, as we know the parkour championship is on the line. Black Snow now going down this little lift here. Black Snow now lands on his feet. And I do want to say that Minigun Killer 10 and Black Snow are the only ones alive. We're actually going to be spectating both of these gentlemen right now. Minigun Killer 10 and Black Snow are alive as we speak. These two are going to try to pass this little phase here, which is quite difficult. And we talked about this before. It is
very difficult.
Oh, wait a minute, the kill ball. The kill ball now able to eliminate those two. We talked about that. We talked about the methodical pace, of course, and the very fast pace. Would it be very smart to try to take a very slow pace minigun or a very fast pace when it comes to that phase?
It would take both, actually, I would say. It would be very good to take both.
Well, very good point. We're now headed to the, of course, another round here on Indiana Jones 199 for the Parkour Championship on the line. We want to thank everyone for viewing this live tonight on Twitch, ladies and gentlemen, and also on YouTube. The Gaming Weekly presenting all of this for you guys. And we want to thank all of you, the great fans of the Gaming Weekly, for tuning in every single Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The kill ball is now coming down, and all of these humans here are going to do all they can to, of course, reach to the end of the map here. Can we actually see that here tonight? And Anderson Fudd 56 now jumping on that little platform. The kill ball able to eliminate two people, actually more than that now. And the landmine's able to take down Original and other people, of course. And kill ball is coming down, but it looks like Sergeant Donut 156 was able to wait for the kill ball to pass through here. Sergeant Donut was actually doing the smart thing now, goes up the lift now. And this is going to be pretty interesting. Can we see Sergeant Donut 156 actually pass this little phase here? Remember, a lot of people get eliminated because of this. Sergeant Donut now going down.
Sergeant Donut almost got killed by a kill ball, actually, Adrian.
Very
close. He almost got hit by it, too, actually.
Very close to it. Sergeant Donut, though, able to fall through. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's put this in perspective right now. Black Snow, who's basically leading the way right now, is alive, as are Anderson Fudd. Well, not anymore. Anderson Fudd just got eliminated, but Dr. Watson 75 and Black Snow are still alive as we speak. Can we see one of these two men reach to the end of the map and try to become the parkour champion? Look at Black Snow throwing the grenade, perhaps trying to push himself further. In essence, remember, we want to say that this is quite a race. However, just because it's a race doesn't mean you want somebody else to die, because remember, there has to be some other person there. Wait a minute. Dr. Watson 75 is leading the way, minigun. Dr. Watson 75 is taking the methodical pace. As we mentioned, this is the phase that could perhaps get a lot of people here. Dr. Watson 75 able to perhaps pass this phase, but from behind, it's Black Snow. And look at Dr. Watson 75 getting pushed off. And look at Black Snow right now. At this point in time, he's actually leading the way. Here comes, wait a minute, the kill ball, the kill ball, the kill ball, the kill ball. Was able to eliminate those two. This is pretty interesting, minigun. This is an all-out brawl with all of these humans trying to reach to the end of the ball, the oddball.
It is, Adrian.
Play ball.
And here we go, another round, ladies and gentlemen.
Another round indeed. And all of these humans now running away from the kill ball, who has yet to respawn. And many players, of course, throwing the grenade to eliminate the landmines, to take out the landmines, which is the smart thing to do at this point in time. And there you see Droopy Venus 6, who's actually at the end of the... Well, wait a minute, actually proceeding. And look at Droopy Venus 697, the original account holder, is actually leading the way as we speak right now. Remember, the Parkour Championship is on the line as we speak. And Droopy Venus 697 was a little affected. Wait a minute, the kill ball from behind. Can we see these two gentlemen from behind actually surpass the kill ball? And the answer to that is yes. Droopy Venus 697 able to do that. Goes up the lift right now, turns around perhaps to see where the kill ball's at. He has a lot of time at this point in time. Droopy Venus 697 now proceeding. Can we see Droopy Venus 697 perhaps try to reach to the end, grab the Parkour Championship? Droopy Venus 697 right now going down that little lift, of course. Oh no, couldn't beat the count. Couldn't beat the count there.
Yep. I don't even know what killed him, honestly.
I believe it was a countdown. There was a 10-second countdown there, I believe. I believe so.
Play ball.
Because there was no kill ball in present.
Right.
And of course, there you see all of his humans here, of course, trying to run away from the kill ball. And I believe, ladies and gentlemen, we're closing out with Indiana Jones 199, meaning that there's a... I think this may be the last round, minigun. So do you think that we're going to crown a new parkour champion tonight?
Well, for my opinion, I would just say I doubt it.
Well, you don't want to count out on
If there
the...
is, let's just hope so.
Well, yeah, you don't want to count out on the incredible players right now. As here you see Original Lamo, of course, landing on his feet. Great balance, of course. Perhaps trying to reach to the end to grab the parkour championship, as we like to call it. There's another Spartan from behind, and these two are going to try to peep the 10-second count, of course. As Calrox 22 leaves us right now, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the other Spartan, able to surpass Original Lamo. Oh, wait a minute. And Original's able to pass it. Original's able to pass it right there. Original was able to pass that little phase. That would get a lot of people, ladies and gentlemen. First person to reach to the end of the map will become the part. The game is over. The game is over. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, September 25th, 2016, we can still say we cannot crown a parkour champion. And I'll tell you, it has been a very complex map, if you ask me. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to thank everyone watching this live on Twitch. And also, if you are watching this on YouTube, thank you very much for Minigun Killer 10. I'm AdrianTheVoice. Good night, everybody.